Hello, my name is Ali and welcome to my channel. We are back with Hakuoki Kyoto wins Saito's route. Let's go. December 1867. Scarcely a month had passed since Aburano Koji. Saito and Heisuke had returned, but the Shinsengumi was hardly back to normal. A dark, tense atmosphere pervaded the compound. Many men had lost their lives in Kazuma's attacks. Even more had been injured during the attack at Aburano Koji. Among them was Heisuke. Several of the rank-and-file soldiers had seen him mortally wounded. He had looked as if he would not survive. For that reason, Heisuke was declared officially dead and made a member of the Fury Corps. Saito hadn't been wounded, but many among the common soldiers began to call him a coward. To them, he had left the Shinsengumi to join Ito. They betrayed his new master when he sensed a change in fortunes. I saw no reason why he shouldn't set them straight and say that he had never truly left the Shinsengumi, but he claimed he would rather stay silent than tarnish the honor of the commander and the chief, who had ordered his actions. As such, it was decided that Saito would leave the compound until tempers had been allowed to cool. He was sent to stay at Tenma in order to protect Kyutaro Miura, an official of the Kishu domain. The night of the Battle of Aburano Koji was a turning point for the Shinsengumi. For the men who didn't know the details, it was simply a battle against their former comrades, the Guardians of the Imperial Tomb. Those better informed knew the situation with the Satsuma and Choshu domains had changed, and Ryouma Sakamoto's hit was part of the big plan. Only the heads of the Shinsengumi knew the whole story, the activities of the demons, and Heisuke's transformation into a fury. They were also the only ones who knew that Okita's illness had gotten worse. Such an important battle had stirred up the atmosphere in the compound, and for several days there were excited men everywhere, shouting and talking. Moments of silence were quite rare. I felt I would only be in the way if I was wandering around the grounds, so I did my best to stay in my room by myself.
Ah, thank goodness you're here.
Sanan walked into my room without saying anything.
If you'd gone out, I wouldn't have been able to look for you.
Sanan? But it's daytime. Are you sure you're all right?
Yes. I've just had a revelation. I just had to tell you immediately.
His eyes glittered with something, and even though he was smiling, I could feel the fingers of dread begin to poke at the base of my spine. Why me? Wouldn't you want to tell Kondo or Hijikata instead?
Well, it has to be you. You would listen to my ideas, yes?
Although he asked in the form of a question, his choice of words made it seem far from letting me make a choice. Jeez, I derped there. Damn. Sanan started to talk without waiting for my answer.
Yukimura, that Princess Sen had claimed that you were the demon of the demon clan, right? And as a demon, you are stronger, faster, and more resilient than a human. Demonic superiority, whatever that word is. Superiority, that's the word. I was like, what's that word? Was displayed quite clearly by those demons who just attacked us.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but what was Sanan trying to get at? My heart started to pound, anticipating bad news.
A demon possesses immense power. It follows that the blood which flows through demon veins should be similarly powerful. Perhaps it is even potent enough to completely counteract the madness of the Furies.
I didn't know how the water of life worked, but Sanan's explanation seemed logical, even if it was a bit manic. How can you know that for sure?
Since before I became a Fury, I've been researching how the Water of Life works. I know more about it than anyone else here. I still have yet to discover the exact composition of the Water of Life. But I am hypothesizing that a core ingredient is flesh blood, and I'm assuming not from a human. Perhaps there may be demons or demon-like entities roaming throughout foreign countries.
So... Sanan drew closer to me without making a sound.
In any event, I believe it's worth testing. Your very existence could save the Fury Core. No, the entire Shinsengumi.
Wait. Sanan's eyes had grown painfully sharp, and I almost thought I could hear the barest edge of madness in his voice.
Now.
Well, hello there. You're scary now. Calmly, he drew his sword from its scabbard. There was no madness or bloodlust to his movements, and that only made them all the more terrifying.
Oh, there's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not going to kill you or anything. I just want a small sample of your blood, that's all.
And why do you need a frickin' huge sword to do that? I took a step back, too. Sanan and his sword came closer. He lifted it, and the steel blade shimmered in the light. Then, all of a sudden, just then, "Hey, Sanan, what the hell are you doing?" Hijikata had burst into the room. Then, "What is this, Sanan? Of all people, I'd expect you to know better than to draw your sword on someone in the compounds. Have you lost your mind?" Hijikata.
Oh, Hijikata, excellent timing. Please give me a hand here. You also need to convince her to cooperate with us.
Oops. With calm purpose, he stepped between Sanan and me. I think it's supposed to be Hijikata, actually. Put your sword away. Personal conflicts are forbidden. The rules of conduct apply to everyone, even the captains. Sanan glared at Hijikata begrudgingly for several moments, but he soon turned away and sheathed his sword. "So what happened? Did Yukimura do something?"
I'm searching for a way to treat the madness of the Furies, for the good of the Shinsengumi.
"And that means you have to cut her?"
I'm not going to kill her. I only need a little of her blood. We've lost so many of the Furies from the battle the other day. Many of our human soldiers have fallen as well. If we are to effectively utilize the Furies we have left, as well as the ones we are about to create, then we must find a way to temper their madness. I knew you for an intelligent man. Hijikata, surely you understand.
The code says that we don't fight each other for any reason. You haven't forgotten, have you? So, no matter the reasons you give me, I cannot condone bloodshed amongst our members.
However, Yukimura is not, technically, a member of the Shinsengumi.
Maybe not, but she's been here long enough. She might as well be. They continued to stare for a while, neither willing to budge on the matter at hand. Sanan sighed.
As usual, you're too soft. I guess I have no choice. I'll leave for now. But keep in mind, if we do not discover a method of suppressing the side effects of the Water of Life, even Toto will begin to suffer from the blood loss.
I mean bloodlust, not blood loss. Whoops. Only after I heard his footsteps fade away down the hall did I begin to breathe again. You okay? Oh, yes. Thank you for helping me. Nothing to thank me for. I just ensured Sanan followed the code. In the past, he wouldn't have stood up to me like that. I looked down. It's true. Sanan had been acting strangely lately. He would have never drawn his sword as aggressively as he just did before he drank the serum. I'm sorry.
Huh? What's gotten over you? There's nothing for you to apologize for.
Well, the reason why Sanan was acting the way he did in the first place was because Kazuma destroyed the Fury Core. After I said this, Hijikata paused and reflected to himself before responding.
I think you've gotten things mixed up.
Huh?
They are allied with the Satsuma and Choshu. In other words, they are our enemy. If an enemy attempts to attack us, it's a given that we're going to put our lives on the line to stop them.
He spoke with so much conviction, but it's none of your responsibilities to protect me.
So what are you saying then? We should just offer you on a silver platter to them and beg for them to spare our lives, just because they have powers we don't? This is the derp. This is not the samurai way. For us, once we've decided on something, we will never compromise that decision. We're not bitches. I love how he puts it like that. We're not bitches.
Hijikata was so confident with what he was saying, and I felt that there was no real contention to his claim. Jeez, I'm derping so bad. Even if he wouldn't say as much, I'm sure he knows that kicking me out of the Shinsengumi would make their lives so much easier. But if they did that, it would be a violation of the values they pride themselves on upholding. I'm sorry for what I said. I'm sorry if what I said was out of line. You know what? I messed it up so bad.
I already told you. You don't have to apologize. Don't make me repeat myself.
Oh, he's blushing. Hijikata said this timidly, muttering under his breath before looking down in my direction.
Next time something like this happens, be sure to tell me. Don't keep it to yourself. You can always tell Yamazaki or Shimada too.
All right, understood. Hijikata nodded and turned to leave, but I realized I had one thing left to say.
What? Is there something else?
There were so many warriors who were injured as a result of the attack on the compounds. Saito hadn't been present for long recently, and Kondo was occupied with his meetings with the Bakushin. Similarly, I had a feeling Hijikata was feeling the pressure of all of his duties lately. I wished that I could be helping him in some capacity, but I might get in their way.
What is it? I won't know if you stay quiet.
I want to help. Is there anything I could help you guys with? It could be anything. Please, just let me help.
Help?
He followed his response with a sour expression that intimidated me. Well, had he become upset with my question? Perhaps I shouldn't have said anything at all. No. If I back down now, nothing will change. Please. It could be anything small.
The
silence stretched out so long, I thought I was going to scream.
I suppose you would be more discreet than one of our boys.
Huh?
Brush and paper.
Huh?
Bring me a brush and some paper. And you do have that in here, don't you? Hurry.
Yes, right away. I scrambled across the room, grabbed a brush and paper, and handed them to Hijikata. He took them silently, still scrawling, and quickly began to draw. Or, not scrawling, scowling. Derp. A map? What is that? He ignored me and continued drawing.
You know Saito is at Tenma, guarding Miura, right?
Yes.
I want you to take something to him. Will you do that?
Do you think I can?
Yes, one of our boys would stand out too much. You're the best option I've got right now. Can I trust you with this?
Yes, of course. Sir. I was thrilled to help, of course, but I was even more ecstatic to be given a task especially suited to me. However, that does put a lot of pressure on me.
There, I drew you a map. Keep to this and you shouldn't get lost.
Right, thank you. The map was pretty straightforward, but I still barely knew my way around Kyoto. Without it, I likely would have gotten lost. All right, I'm going to let you guys go here. I hope you are enjoying, and I'm so sorry. I'm like really having issues reading right now, but I think it's because I've been recording so many videos today. I hope you're enjoying and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.